that, oh, well, is it impossible or is it just I haven't done it yet?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so you start doing it.
Yeah.
Because I never forget when I really first started lifting weights, I couldn't get past 225. Mm-hmm. I would stop once I felt like it was going. I started thinking, oh, it's going to drop.
Yeah.
And one day, dude said, nah, you got it.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking he spotted me. He wasn't even touching the weight. But you know what? So it just shows that mental fortitude, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Mm-hmm. Push past it, man.
So as far as would you think? Well, I'll say this. Another tip for trainers: make sure you look good.
Yeah.
Make sure your body on point too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, come on, man. Like, make sure your shit on point. Like come on.
Yeah, and that's just been always me as a person.
Yeah.
I just try to present myself to the best I can at all times.
Right.
And you know, and that's just
it's crazy out here, man.
Life, period. Right.
Those are the people who have, and you know what? I won't say, okay, man. All right, you said you box, but you don't kick. You don't kickbox like actively, right? Mm-hmm. So I say this guy, right? If you told me that you kickbox, I'll be like, yeah, I can believe it. You know what I'm saying? People, exactly. You have to look like what you are. This person, if they told you that, you'd be like, well, maybe you need to come to me and work out first, and then go to the kickboxing. I believe it's some people, and we just talked about confidence. All right, they have this false confidence, man, to where you have to look like what you are. You know what I'm saying? Like when he's like, okay, when he said a trainer was coming. I can see him. He sent you a picture. I said, hey man, this dude been fighting with swords, man. Mm-hmm. He went and got cut up, man. I say he is a trainer. But what I see, even before I looked at the videos of you working, I'm like, man, this dude is a trainer. Yeah. So it wasn't no doubt in my mind, and I believe you see that now, right? You see that now with a lot of people like training, and then you got a price list, and that's good though, because you looking ahead. But you have to look. That's a big thing now. People not looking like a trainer. Unless
your results from the people you train is phenomenal. Man. I feel like if I could outlift you, if I'm in better shape than you, I'm not gonna pay you.
I'm not coming to you, man.
It's different ways that people come into the business, right? Where for me, he's got something else right here.
Man, I'm telling you,
it's a lifestyle for me, right? And it's some people, trainers are really good at the business. Mm-hmm. And some people are just like myself. I would say more so it was a lifestyle for me. Right. So what I had to do was just learn how to just turn the camera on. Mm-hmm. Right? That was it. People, like, oh, you get up at 5 o'clock? Yeah, I've been doing it. I just didn't tell everybody. Right. So I just turned the camera on and just really started providing a service, opposed to some people, they look at it as a business standpoint. And it may not been their number one lifestyle, but they learn how to master the business. But I think that you need to a certain extent, do both, right? And like they say, when something is something that you love, then you're going to be able to push through the hard times and push through what's hard, because you naturally would do it. If you would do it for free, then you could probably be really wealthy doing it. So that's my story. I don't knock anybody. I don't knock if you're not personal, if you're not certified or anything, because everybody each his own. But for me, I've always, just even for my mother, present yourself in the best way. And practice what you preach.
Because I seen this one girl, she when I say literally start working out, she literally started working out probably in maybe like 2019. When you look at her camera work, you be like, oh my, you would think she's been doing this for years. It's just what she was good at. Yeah. So she knew how to put the camera here.
Yeah.
Don't have
angles.
Right. She had the thing on the wall.
Did the angle.
Yeah. She set it up and she doing this and putting it on the wall. I'm like, what the hell?
Put your phone on. It's
all about the angles, baby.
But yeah, man,
So what is your target market?
Oh man, you know what? Funny thing is this: the target market for me is people like myself. Okay. Right? People that usually between the ages of around 30 to 50.
Okay.
Folks that are married or not married, but just at that point in life where they have a corporate gig or something like that, or they're not a corporate, but they just, you know, are just trying to get themselves in their best condition. A lot of times, I started getting clients that are just trying to sculpt themselves, right? Folks that look like, man, how I get my abs like that? So folks that are going on vacation, they're trying to tone their bodies and really get toned up and look picture camera ready, right? My target market is usually folks that are really wanting to define themselves and get camera ready, because now what? Everybody want to be on camera because of social media, right? So usually my target market is folks, and ironically, most of my clients are connections to people that went to school with me. Right? A lot of my clients are folks I went to school with that are now older. Some of them had children, some of them don't, and they just want to look their best. They want to look their absolute best. They want to tone up. So that's become my target market.
Cause I know a lot of people. Some people want the big obese projects. They want to transform it. And some people just want to train women. I know some guy. He said he just want to train nothing but athletes.
Yeah.
So it's all about you. Like.
No, I try not to limit myself to just one genre of people, but usually the universe has brought to me what I put out there. And a lot of folks that come to me are really trying to really cut fat and really define themselves, especially in the abdominal area.
Yeah, that's right. Abs. People don't even care about some stuff. They're like, man, my abs look good.
Can you get rid of this stomach, man?
Yeah, that's what most folks that come to me. Most of my clients.
Yeah, because when you get when you're in your 30s, I mean, I'm not a big person, but you know, I was eating a lot of bread, so you know, I started the intermittent fast like every day too. Became like that's what I did, which I lost too much weight because I was, you know, I wasn't eating a lot, but once you stop eating. Yeah, I used to run by. 9
miles every day. You're gonna lose a whole lot of.
Yeah, I was out there. Look, then I'm out there on the concrete slab.
But heart healthy, heart of beast.
Yeah, and that's what and look, that's what I was going for.
Yeah.
But man, like that, I had a stomach though. Yeah. So when you see you smart, and that's the worst to me. Now when you have a little weight on you, okay, you got a stomach, okay, kind of blending. But when you slim and you just your back like that, then you look at it from like, how did you get that? Like that's horrible. But it comes bread, carbs, and you know that and it's one of the hardest places. If I'm not correct, it's one of the last places you can get out there. Even when I was running, it was like, say, bro, we gonna trim all this, but this gonna be last. You know what I'm saying? So is that a real hard place to trim down?
It's not. It's all about, honestly. It's about what you make it, right? What you put in your body is going to show. What you put in is what you're going to get out. The abdominal area ain't about exercise and crunches or sit-ups. It's about what you eat.
And that's what most people don't know.
What you eat.
Right.
And that's the hardest part, because people, and then a lot of times as a trainer, you gotta be realistic and manage expectations with clients. Like, man, I want to get a 6-pack in 6 weeks. I want to get a 6-pack in 8 weeks.
Where you at?
To really get a 6-pack, it depending on where the client is at, it may be possible to do it in 3 months, right? But the problem is not the process. The problem is having the discipline to change your habits that fast. That's the problem.
That's the problem.
I have a client, hey man, I want to get this, I want to get that. Okay, well then you're going to cut back on all the salt. You're going to cut back out. You're going to cut back bread. Oh man, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I can do that.
I mean,
now, so it's what you put in it. Whatever you put in your body, it's just like with anything in life. Whatever you put in is what you're gonna get out.
That's it.
You put bad food in your body, or your body really ain't gonna look good. It might end up looking bad.
It get real bad.
So that's just how it is, man. So whatever you put into your training, and as long as you got the right things in place, you just gotta execute.
Like when I was training, I used to tell them this. I said, well, you can eat all that stuff, but do you want to be fit or do you want to be fat? Which one do you want?
Yeah, I mean, so
which one do you want?
And I'm not one of those. Unfortunately, I'm not one of the guys that sugarcoat and say, yeah, you can.
Right.
Nah, you got it.
Yeah. Right.
There's no way around it.
But if you, like I said, if you really look at bread, it's useless. It really, most people just eat it just to get more full.
Just to clarify, because everybody say bread and carbs. There's a total difference between bread and complex carbs.
Right.
Right?
Sure.
The brown rice, oatmeal, you need that. The bread, the hoagie rolls.
It's like a luxury, man.
That's what you don't need.
The biscuits.
Gravy, pancakes, waffles.
Right. And this is what people are
night.
getting. You know, right. That's what they're getting.
Right? So then people, they try to bunch complex carbs with oatmeal. Or with
Right.
pancakes. 2 different types of carbs.
Right.
One of them good for you, one of them not.
Right. And you have to, and that's one thing you have to decipher. And that's what I say, I respect, people who go into the training field. I respect you all because you actually have to do the studying and do the work. And you have to deal with different clients because everything don't work for every client.
No, it doesn't.
And some people gonna come in, like you said, you gotta stop eating bread. That's it right there. They'll ruin everything. So you have to get this person mentally to where they see what it's about, what it's about, where they're going, where they need to be.
And then you gotta also, as a trainer, have patience, right? Because as I explained to y'all, it didn't happen overnight for me. Right? And then you gotta also get the client to understand patience as they try to work toward, man, this ain't working, this ain't working.
Right.
And then week 6, man, everybody in the gym, man, they telling you it's looking good. So it's a process.
That's you know what? I'm glad you said that. That's what it takes for people, for them to understand. When somebody's like, man,
But a lot of people, and I tell people, honestly, it shouldn't be that way because a lot of people are seeking validation outside themselves. When you look in the mirror, when you're like, I don't look how I used to look. But that's what it takes for a lot of people. They have to get that validation, that to say,
but
man, you've been doing it, man. You know what I'm saying?
But results promote more results, right?
Yeah.
You seeing some results, then you're gonna go. But you also have to realize, because some people, just like you said, as false expectation. You have made, or him or her may not have been working out or ever worked out for the last 35 years. You've been working out for a week and you're like, I don't see no change.
I'm just sore. I'm still fat.
It's 35 years of
inactive. Yeah.
You gotta give it a little bit more time.
And a lot of people like that, man.
Patience, that's all.
Yeah, I definitely get that because it takes that. But as far as being that we're in this time now, do you ever see yourself getting like an EClass or something like that?
Absolutely, man. Okay. Like we talked about earlier, as far as Corona, right? Corona showed you that you can have you have a successful business and an online business. I know of trainers that they had a full-blown one-on-one personal training business and it all collapsed because all the gyms got shut. Right? So you have to create a business that can make income when you're physically not there, right? So that now, if you sleep, you're making money while you're sleeping.
So I'm saying people have $15 courses,
right?
Like, wow.
So yeah, absolutely. That's definitely in the coming to getting working on that platform as far as ebooks, online training, and the next thing for me is going to be an ad course.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be some type of.
That's self-explanatory.
Yeah. So that's gonna be one of the next things that's coming for me.
Yeah, abs, nigga. You see this shit. You see it. Yeah, man. Nah, but as far as training celebrities, how was that experience for you?
It was amazing, man. So I give y'all. So I used to train one of the guys I trained Kevin Hart. Right. Okay. So back in 2012, I stopped corporate, right? I stopped corporate in 2012 September, and immediately when I left, and I'm not gonna lie, I got fired. I ain't got shit.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
When I got fired, it was a blessing from God, right?
Yeah.
It was a blessing from God because immediately when I stopped training, when I stopped working there, I knew exactly what I was going to do. I said, I'm going to start training. This was September 2012. September, October, November. I was acting.
Yeah.
Emmanuel remember, I auditioned for the movie Ride Along. I didn't get the role.
Okay, yeah.
They shot it here in Atlanta.
They shot it in Atlanta. That's with Kevin Hart and The Rock, right?
For the him and Ice Cube.
Okay.
He was a cop. He was.
Oh, not The Rock. It's Just let you know, I ain't a movie person. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, it was him and Ice Cube. Yeah.
Ice Cube, right? So